Morning, and for me it's a Sunday morning and I'm back in the shed. Where else would I be? Well, earlier on I was doing a burnout on the old 600. Something like that. Because today I'm going to swap the tyre. I want a fresh tyre. We're going into the winter, the shittier weather, so I want a good bit of tread and everything on there. The one that's on it has probably got a while left in it. It's probably a millimetre till it's down to the wear bars, so that's a bit of distance. But I just thought, do you know what? I'll stick a fresh one on there, give myself time to scrub it in a bit before the really serious weather comes along, because the old 600 is my main commuter bike. There's my booster, gorgeous, which I've disgustingly put a rack on that, so that's my secondary commuter bike. But ultimately I just want some fresh rubber on the back to go through the winter with. So I thought, do you know what, I'll burn the tyre out and I'll stick another tyre on. So I'm going to get prepped and ready, get mediocre out the way, get the lift up and all ready and everything, and then I'll bring you back when I'm going to swap the tyre over. I think I've set up with enough tools to do the job. I'll find out as I go. And just as a disclaimer, I am just a fat bloke in a shed doing this. So whatever that black dot killer tells you, it is not, I repeat, not a tutorial. And I think as the video goes on, you'll probably guess it really isn't a tutorial. Bit of loosening that. Should have thought of all this when I did the chain and sprocket. It would have been ideal to do the whole lot together, bash it out in one 6-hour video. Imagine that, 6 hours of me. That would be amazing. Right, that's the adjusters off. Now what do I want to do? Let's loosen off the, what we're calling it, brake torsion bar. Oh, this thing under here, give that a bit of manoeuvrability. We'll just loosen off the front as well, because that was a bit of a pig last time I was messing about with it, and I think it was because the, get on there, I think it was because this torsion bar just wasn't at the right angle to let me get the brake caliper back on. I was going to call that a brake pad then. It's not. It's not. It's a caliper. And that was something else I did slightly wrong last time. I actually hung that to the exhaust and it was banging against this all the way through. And it was annoying me, and I still did absolutely nothing about it. Anyway, booster, gorgeous. Now, let's get that axle at, capital O for at. Chain off, nut off. washer off, just the block off. You can go and come off too. Washer, not washer, spacer is stuck in there. Spacer out. Sprocket carrier also out. Is there a space in this? There's definitely a space. There it is. There it is. Took us so long. Right. And this is a pilot power or just a power? Michelin power. So that's coming off. There we go. Wheel is set up. Valve needs to come out. I'm going to put a bit of soap on that to assist me in my plight. Super slippery. I'll just leave it on there. Usually I'll do all the old tyre and everything, but I think this time I'll try it without. We're on a bar there. Yeah, I think soap in the tyre will possibly ease the transition. No, it was just because I was being fanny about it. If I hadn't been such a fanny about it, that would have come off a lot easier. I think the not soaping idea wasn't a good idea. But it's off. That's what matters. Right, I'm going to clean the wheel up and then bring you back to watch me struggle to stick a tyre on it. Okay, clean wheel. As clean as I'm going to get it anyway. New valve going on. Ain't nothing going on but the valve. Well, obviously the tyre will be going on. There you go, that's all lovely and jubbly. Put the dust cap on so I don't lose it. Right, now, what do I want? I want to stop jogging the camera and get the tyre and check the rotation. Rotation that way. So that is the wrong way. Nice bit of soap. So the wheel goes that way rotation of the tyre is that way. So now we've got the tyre and the wheel spinning in beautiful harmony. Probably going the wrong way. Oh, look at that. Such a faggot. Should have held on to the instructions. But the wheel's on. No, the tyre's on. The tyre's on the wheel. On the wheel. Bought some bikes out of there. Right, where are we at? What I was going to try and do, that's on the tyre that came off. I know it's a different tyre, but it was lined up with the N on Michelin. There. Not next to the name, next to the sizes. So you want to bring that round some more. Ow! There. Was lined up with the valve. No idea whether this will make any difference. But I'm going to try it anyway. So what do we want? Want some air in the tyre, I think. Alright, start the compressor up, let it get up to pressure, and then I'll bring it back so you ain't got to put up with the noise. I'm bloody good to you. Okay, on a 90-degree valvey doobly, whatchamacallit, and stick some air in it. Usually I go up to about £60, which pops it out, and then reduce it down. So let's see how that goes. Shut that up a minute. Not the biggest compressor in the world. Right, just check that's gone on fairly square. There's another good thing about the soap. It helps it pop on. If it's unsoaped, it can get a real tight spot. Apparently, apparently. Okay, don't take this for gospel. Apparently, it gets a real tight spot. The rest of it will go on. The bit that goes on last, you need a lot of air pressure to pop it on, and it can leave it uneven because all this is bulged out too far. You'll get that unevenness, so your shoulder will be less one side than the other. But the soap helps that go on, and as I said, apparently the soap gets into those little nooks and crannies and can help seal, because with alley wheels you always get a bit of leakage, bit of seepage, don't you? Or is it just me? Perhaps I've got all broken wheels. Well, I haven't, because I do it like this and I don't get seepage. But that's on. So I'll take this off and then stick the valve in, and put it to the pressure it needs to be. Now, I don't think I'm going to be quick enough to stop me losing all the pressure out of this. Oh. What a dickhead. I put a new bloody valve in it, didn't I? So I didn't take the actual core out of it. Oh well. Not actually, well, I don't know for definite, but I don't think you're actually meant to do it up. I mean, that's 60 pound of pressure, so you're not meant to do it up that much on its little valve. I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't know. I could Google them, but I don't want to. .36. Let's just do the spit test. No bubbling there. Oh, it wouldn't be bubbling this late in the year, would it? It would be bubblaying. Look at my retractable airline, look. Oh, so much tidier. Loving it. Loving it. Right. Stop staring up there. All that's left is to chuck that back on there. After balancing it. Gotta balance it. You thought I'd forgotten. Right, I'll get that set up. And then I'll bring you back again. All set up. And it's looking like the valve is the heavy point. So I want to wait, but I don't want to wait too long. Let's see what I did. Oh my goodness, I'm hilarious. Let's get some sellotape to stick these on to start with. Doesn't seem to be out by much. Let's put a, what are you? SSFE. That doesn't make sense. Where's the 10? Just give me a 10. That's a 5. Must be 5 plus 5. Looks like S's. Stick one of them on there. Now let's see where we end up. Oh, we're going back again. Need more than 10. And we should get some sort of neutral stoppage like that. No. Yeah. So now we've got the valve here, weight there. Let's put it. Now what we've got, weight there, valve there, and ultimately let's put the valve at the top and see where we end up. Or not, we'll let it roll. Let it all roll. Yeah, that's pretty neutral. I will just put the valve at the top. Being that the valve was the heaviest point, it should want to go down the bottom, but we've counterbalanced that by 15 grams of weight at the bottom. It's still wanting to go just a little bit, isn't it? And this is where the manual setup doesn't really help. Oh, it's coming back again. So it's the basis I go on is it's stopping at different places. It's not bringing a particular point back to the bottom. So we haven't realistically got a heavy spot. Like a blackhead full of pus, that would be a heavy spot. So we should get neutrality. There's always a bit of rollback. I don't know why there's a bit of rollback. I don't know whether that's the shaft on there. Or I'm just lying and it does need a bit more. Oh no, there you go. So that's stopped. Last time the valve was up here, wasn't it? So as long as we're getting some sort of neutrality, the difference in weight will be minuscule. Although it's wanting to head straight back to there all the time. The valve here, when we started out the valve was there. When I started out, you're just watching. It's all me, this, all me. All my fault. The wobble tomorrow when I use the bike will be all my fault. Anyway, the valve started out down here. We've had different points of it stopping. Which suggests we've got some balance. Because if we didn't, it would just gently roll back to the heavy until the heavy spots at the bottom. So that is good enough, I think. I'll stick them in place firmly, and then throw the wheel carefully. Throw the wheel back on the bike. Right, back to the bike. Get that bit off of there. Marvellous. Just got to throw it back on the bike now. I do think this axle is the wrong way round. Here's the booster. Booster comes out, bolt that side. So does the GSXR. So does mediocre. Sorry, GSXR. But this has been that way. Does it matter? Does it matter which side the axle comes out? I don't know. Do you know what? I'm going to go have a look in the manual. Okay, so the book actually said from factory the axle comes through from the right hand side to the left. They go on to say in the book that you might notice that the bike that's in the pictures, I need you out of the way, has actually got the axle going from the left of the bike to the right. So I don't think it actually matters which way the axle goes, but I've chosen to do it the way it was, with the theory that if the axle was to spin this way, it would tighten the nut up rather than the other way where it would untighten the nut. Oh, there's the old woman. Excellent. Right, yes. A little bit ratty with the missus there. Very immature. Right, yes. So I've decided to go that way for that reason. And that reason is my reason, and it's my bike. And I don't think I'll change the booster and mediocre to the other side Mainly on mediocre because I use the shaft and nut end for putting my number plate on, and the booster came like it. So no, hang on, the booster is the same as the 600, so it's just mediocre that is wrong or the other way round. Okay, anyway, according to the Bible it doesn't seem to matter, so we'll go with that. I'll go with that. You do what you do. As I've warned you, these are not tutorials. Right, we're all in place. Pull that back a bit. Get them tensioners out. So adjust it up and stick a what? Stick a caliper back on. Let's set up the ratchet for axle purposes. He says it's already over here. Oh, do you know what? Wasn't really in the frame of mind necessary to do this today. Do you know what I mean? You just get so far. Alright, that's that pinched. Take it off. And that's too tight. Brilliant. Immediately too tight. That's not a 10. That's a 10. I really want a garage. Yeah, the old mindset wasn't really up for it. I was sort of part way there, and then I came out and started doing it, and it's like yeah, let's get on with it. And then 3, 6, 7, 3, 6, almost 7. That'll do. I'll adjust it from there. And then it's sort of gone downhill. I'll pinch that up. Come back a bit and see how we do. Let's catch this one up with the other side, which is about there, which is far too loose. Yeah, so as I say, not really feeling it today. Ooh, misses. I think we're good there. Have a measure. That'll be 16 and 5. 16 and 5. Come on, work. Oh, I'll tighten that up. Yeah, tighten that up. What a donut. And this one is 17.9. So we want less on this side, don't we? Yes, we do. $16.6. 16.5. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. Right. Now let's tighten it up and hope that it doesn't unadjust the chain. No. We're good. I'm good. I'm good. You're just some weird voyeur. So we'll put the lock nuts back in place. There's a 14. I think I'll rebuild the brake caliper setup first. Brake pad opener uppery tool, which is the red handled screwdriver, and then just delicately insert. That should be enough. Like that. This round hard like this. Hook it up there, like that. And get some bolts in. And the old torsion bar will be messed up there big time. What a dickhead. Let's loosen that off. This is getting this thing is getting to where I'm rushing because I don't really want to be out here. Simple as that. Right. Caliper in the right place. Let's do that. Back up. Do the axle back up and watch this chain go out of spec and have to start again. Oh no, we're good. We're good. So it was up against this adjuster, so it shouldn't have really gone anywhere. I didn't loosen it off by a massive amount. What am I doing? Looking for this. Click. Also click. Also click. And 12 and a 14. Also click. So click, 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 click. That's about it. Put some pressure in the brake. solid pedal, nice. Just got to torque that up. I don't know why I've come around this side. Torque wrenches the other way. Oh, mediocre, gorgeous. Gorgeous, especially now the judder's fixed. Right, let's get a torque wrench. Clickety click. And that is a new tyre on my GSXR 600, which is a mess. A lot of bits of tyre flipped all over the place. But yes, let's say the old mindset wasn't in it today, so I shouldn't have really tackled the job. What's the time? 1 o'clock. So that has taken me came out here 11:30, hour and a half. Went in for a loo break, I don't know, hour and a quarter, say hour and a half if you want. You can say 5 hours if you want, but that's done on a Sunday morning, well into the afternoon, at my own pace, my own leisure, my own annoyance. Haven't had to wait for a motorcycle shop to be open, haven't had to book it in on a particular day and get the bike there. So I'm sure you've had the times when you're going to take your bike in to get tyres done and it's peeing hard, but it's all booked, so you've got to go. I don't have any of that. I just do it myself, and I've never touch wood, touch wood, never had problems with it. I put them on myself, I balance them myself, I ride on it myself, and I do some excessive speeds, and I've never had any issues with wobble or judder, or, well, apart from fitting discs on mediocre. But I think that was because I didn't clean them. I'm a dirty person. So's my bike, look. See all the black bits of rubber where I did the burnout. Disgraceful. Yeah, so I do it all at my own leisure. The tyre tool that I use, before anyone asks, I doubt if anyone's got this far in the video, is a Max 2H, but they don't make them anymore. It was about, I don't know now, 400 quid. So it wasn't the cheapest thing in the world, but for the amount of tyres I've used it for and done on it, it has paid for itself. What did I used to pay? About 25-30 quid to have a tyre put on, and usually that would be me taking the wheel there. So I still got to take the wheel off, get it there, bring it back and put it back on, and you're still talking 20-30 quid. I think Sparks last time I took one to Sparks for some reason, don't know why, and they done it for 20 quid. Good as gold down there. Southwick seafront, just by the lock gates. But it's definitely paid for itself. Doesn't get in the way of anything, sits in its own little bag up there. And as I say, I can do it, I was going to say when I choose to and when I want to, but yeah, the old mindset hasn't really been there today. But ultimately, I've changed the tyre. If the weather hasn't changed, I think I'll use the Corona. I've got to go up to the hospital and see my mum. Yes, she's still in hospital. She's an old person. So if it hasn't rained, or doesn't look like it's going to rain, I'll take the old Corona up there, give it a run, and perhaps look at the state of it. And hopefully if it's dry enough, I'll start scrubbing in the tyre a bit. But there you go. There's a fat bloke in a shed fitting a tyre to his wheel on his GSXR 600. And hopefully I'll cheer up. Now the job's done, I'll cheer up and just be thankful for all the beautiful toys I have. Oh, and in case she's listening, the wife, and in case they're listening, the kids, are all wonderful and I love them dearly. But look at the toys I've got. Let's concentrate on the toys. It's a bike channel, not a family channel, not a wife and kids channel. So yes, grateful for my toys, and grateful that I've been able to buy the tools to change tyres on days when I didn't really want to do it. Anyway, that's enough from me. That's more than enough from me. I'm irritated by myself now. I'm just an old person who's constantly irritated. Anyway, oh, booster. Oh, mediocre. Anyway, thanks for watching if you got this far. If you did get this far, put the number 2 in the comments section. Comments are welcome. Anything you want to say. I think the algorithms leave me alone now and let every comment through. There are times when I find a comment on YouTube Studio that's not actually on my YouTube, which is still weird because I do put it down as allowable comments. So say what you want, ask what you want, and I'll get back to you. I'm not promising to get back to you, but I'll pretty much get back to everyone. So thanks for watching, and maybe I'll catch you again. Ta-ra.